Hi Margaret, I hope you can comment on investing into a major airport freehold strata car space. Cost is $122,000 with a guaranteed tenancy of 5 years plus 5-year options, up to 20 years. They quote the return on investment at about 6% net after tax. At this stage, the rent is about $8,200 per annum, increasing annually by 3%. My accountant feels this is a good return on investment and yield will be as good as or better than residential property. Your perspective would be great. Now, Jack, firstly, let me point out that freehold strata isn't a title. They're either freehold or strata, and these car parks are most definitely strata titled. Now, over the years, I've seen many things sold off as purportedly viable investments. First, it was emu farms and olive plantations, and then service strata apartments became the big thing of the 90s and the noughties, as hotel chains saw the opportunity to raise capital by selling off their real estate and then leasing it back. It created a whole new class of investments which have mostly not done so well for the buyers but worked a treat for the hotels. Now, when car parks were first offered for sale about 10 years or so ago, for the same reasons, to raise capital for the owners, they were mainly mid-city spots. And at the time, I admit that I thought that they would only be cash flow investments with no chance to grow. Well, I was wrong, as many did grow, and they grew well. Having said that, they were sold back then at $15,000 and $20,000, as no one at the time knew if they'd be popular, and they've been cash cows for the original purchasers. It's now my opinion that anyone buying such an investment won't see that kind of capital growth because buy-in prices are very high these days. Here are some things for you to consider. Banks aren't likely to lend on them as they see the security risk as being high. You'll have to use up equity elsewhere to borrow for one, and even if it does go up in value, you won't be able to leverage against that growth. You're at high risk from increasing competition. More car parks in these areas will mean fees or your income might have to fall. You don't have access to good on-paper deductions as you would in property. Having said that, like all investments, it comes down to your risk profile. If a loss would not hurt you and you've got tons of equity elsewhere, then they might be worth the punt. However, if you need to see asset growth to enable you to buy more property, then buying a car park might instead stall your capacity to do this, and therefore the opportunity costs might end up being greater than this immediate cash flow return.
Come on, let's have some fun.